Hoosiers will kick off first, and here we go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Complete. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this offense is so impressive.
Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the quarterback was in a world of trouble there. He was under pressure. He knew he was going to get hit, so he's just trying to get rid of it, but he forced it into double coverage. He's lucky that was only an incompletion.
And he'll be smacked to the ground.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. He wants to change this route.
Sweep. Slide. Western. Ready, go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sayin. Quickly to the tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
Thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. The run inside. It's Richard. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman, like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon to.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Hemby were a big part of that thing, too. I think the offensive line, though, was key to it all. Anytime you have two 1,000-yard rushers, it's because the guys up front are pushing people around, and that was the secret sauce to Indiana's Cinderella run a year ago. So up front, these guys have to continue to dominate. They'll reload the backfield through the portal, through recruiting, but it all starts and stops with the big fellas pushing people around. That's going to be the key for them on offense.
Fires to the wideout. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Wants to bring it back. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He might want another play. Say it. Pressure coming. And down he goes.
And the defense coming through with the first sack of the day. I'll tell you what, this defense, they get so many negative plays, and they play so fast. Sometimes you think when you watch them on tape, they got 12 guys. Last week they pitched a shutout. This week playing a great ball again.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long.
Booster. Hydra. Tip. Sweet. Bubba. Right. Go.
Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sidelines.
Sayin. Oh, they're after him. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
Booster.
Wants to adjust the pattern.
Q.
Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Grabbed in the middle, it's Smith. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo. Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Sayin. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Running inside, it's Richard. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that one's incomplete.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
They booted away. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Throwing, say it. Makes the grab, it's Jackson. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. And the Buckeyes peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Jackson. Got enough for the first. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. Go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes love to run the ball no matter how many times they spin the magic beat. To throw, it's Sayin. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Here's Sayin to throw. Smith with the grab over the middle.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Jackson. He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting them in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there. Seems as if these two have been on a collision course for a top 5 meeting like this. And big picture, guys, it can really help their playoff positioning.
Yeah, we all circled this game at the start of the year. We knew this one was going to have conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications too, David. So lots riding on this one, and may the best team win.
And this will be huge down the stretch. It gives you a shot in the arm. You prove your worth in this football game, and you start to build your case as you get to the end of the season of why you could possibly get to the best team in the country.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. He's got an open man. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, second and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the third down.
They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's third and goal. Say it. Takes the easy completion. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Well, it was a great effort throwing to the running back that time. He was almost able to get in on third down. The defense makes the stop. Now it's decision time. Fourth, you're very close to the goal line. You've got this running back in the backfield. What do you do?
And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And you'll have to be precise from the left hash in this short angle. Smashes in between the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The run inside. It's Richard.
And those body blows really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Got a man, it's Richard. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it to the 37, clock stops to move the chains.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Looking to throw on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana!
And when you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The offense changing the play. Saying, here comes the heat. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Back to throw, it's Sayin. He's not afraid to go deep. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They come to the line facing third and long from the 25. Saying from the gun on third down. Here's the pressure. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. It's Preston. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. The lead now 7 here in the third quarter. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We start with Notre Dame taking on the number 17, the BYU Cougars. And it's the Fighting Irish, able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings. The victory gets this team to 4-2. It has not been a perfect start, but they are right in position entering the second half. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. They'll open the second half with a run. Turning it on. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Under fire. Chase to the right. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Makes the grab. Makes the grab in their space. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. These 2 guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. He hurls one deep down the left side. Got it! Touchdown, Hoosiers! He found some open space and turned on the Jets. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. State sending out the offense to start this drive. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Throwing, say it. Rushes on him. He's got his man. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately.
You know, that's a great job by the receiver on that curl route. There's a lot of receivers that finish the route and they just stop. And that allows the DB to close the gap and then knock the ball away. Nice job by that receiver continuing to come back to his QB.
To the air, it's Sayin. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Quarterback may change this route. From the gun on third down, Sayin. Complete. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. The Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know...
He's got it right down the field. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. They couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time we have the ball. That was a big play for them, but they got to cap this thing off.
Sayin back to the air. The quick out. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
Man, he's spreading the ball all over the yard, man. A lot of times when you go to one guy, man, I can kind of shut them down, or I can run coverages to stop wide receivers. Now getting the tight end involved, using the whole field, really in a flow, in a rhythm. The passing game looking good.
Booster. Sweet. Freeze. Bubba.
Here's Sayin to throw. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Trying to take it back. The 30. Past the 10. All the way back. Touchdown, Indiana. No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
So frustrating for an offense to just give away yards with false start penalties.
Ready, go.
Here's Julian Sayin to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it along the sideline. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Well, that was an easy one for the officials. You can't grab a face mask like that, and it costs the defense a first down. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Quarterback making checks.
Here we go. Ready. 180. 180.
Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Throws to the tight end. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
Say it. Fires left side, it's Smith. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
To the air on first down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
After that sack, they're in a different zip code now. Second and long working here.
Sweet. Move. Where did he go?
Say it. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Middle of the end zone. He's got it. That's the first score of the day for the nation's leader in receiving touchdowns. And the extra point pulls them closer. It's 24-10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. On the run, it's Richard. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The pull and throw off the RPO. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. That is their senior starting wide receiver who the training staff is looking at, and Holly Rowe will get us up to date on his condition. Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the first down.
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Dropping back, it's Hoover. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. He gets a block. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Hoosiers! A pick 6. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
You really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. There's a lot of pressure when you have that #1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end.
Ready, go!
Throwing, say it. Fires to the wideout. Smith's got it. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Might be changing the route.
Freeze, freeze! Bubba, Bubba!
through the air. It's Sayin. Looking deep down the right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, they take a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into. One touchdown pass. That's a little bit surprising. You thought maybe they'd have more in this game.
Let it go.
Lined up in the gun on third down. Sayin. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Wide receiver going in motion.
Hydro. Where did he go?
Again, it's Sayin. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Making side adjustments here.
Booster. Go.
Here's Sayin to throw. He'll take a shot. Got him outside. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they're now down 31-17. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Running inside, it's Richard. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Got it inside the 10. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. The Hoosiers take their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. First and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Right on the money. And the defense knocks him down immediately behind the line.
was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you can tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Back to pass. It's Hoover. Into the end zone. And that ball is in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Ooh, you're living dangerously now. You've got the lead late in the game. Don't do anything to turn it over. They almost did throwing it there. If I'm the head coach now, I'm thinking, man, let's just run the ball.
No good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. All wideouts, no backs. Might be calling a hot route. Here's Julian saying to throw. Just a little off. Incomplete.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
And back to the air on 2nd down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
I think at this time, you just have to throw caution to the wind. You're down by a lot. You're deep in your own end late, so you're just going to be throwing it. The defense knows it. They're pinning their ears back. You're going to have to get rid of it early. Someone is going to have to step up and make a play, and that's going to have to happen a couple of different times if you're going to win this game.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Saying from the gun on 3rd down. Here's a throw downfield late. And a big play on the left sideline. Excellent awareness to get that foot in bounds. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
And if I'm this defense moving forward, man, I'm going to start thinking about, like, this is the guy. They keep featuring him. I've got to take him out of the game. I got to find a way to double him. I got to find a way on 3rd down to make sure this doesn't happen. This offense continues to run through him, and he continues to be successful.
Moving out to the right. He wants a big play here late. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Makes the catch, and he's free. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Indiana! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. With that score, looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
And great job by the defense. The ball's thrown, the ball's completed, swarming to the football, knock it out, and then guess what? Be there to scoop it up, run it back to the end zone. Huge play by this defense.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th.
Number 15, set to kick off.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. St. Clair using his legs to buy some time. Taken in by Smith on the right side. They They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game, but as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game, taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Stepping to the right. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Got him downfield. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. And the Buckeyes in the hurry-up. Quarterback making adjustments. Tavian St. Clair. He fires to the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Again, it's St. Clair. Under fire. They get to him as he throws. Intercepted. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Richard. Picks up the first down. Looking for more room. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. That was hardly a performance worthy of a #1 team in the country, and now they have to look themselves in the mirror and see if they can get this thing right.
Yeah, they got hammered. Like, this was not competitive. This was a bad performance, and the committee watches every single week. And being the #1 team in the country, obviously you got some pressure on you, but this squad's got to perform better. They got to show up, man. This was an embarrassing loss, and Jesse, they're going to have to get some things fixed if they want to go try to compete for the ultimate prize.
I think the problem, if you're the head coach of this former #1 team, is that you've got a lot of problems to solve. What went wrong? Because they never even showed up. They didn't even look motivated in this game, and they got dominated in all 3 facets on the field. This isn't just a one-solution fix. There are a lot of question marks now. They're going to be revolving around this program, and a lot of doubters now from the outside. A lot of that energy is going to start seeping in.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports.